Hey guys, it's Leman Jose and welcome to another review. This time we're reviewing Security Breach, finally. I don't think I need to explain how much of a FNAF fan I am. I literally beat the entire series on my channel starting from FNAF 1 back in 2017 to about 6 or so months ago when I finished Pizzeria Simulator. Except, it's now 9 months because this fucking video has not come out yet. I loved about every game in the series. Mostly. Not only is the series actually pretty scary, especially the last two games, those games can fuck with you more often than not. But the lore is really what kept me in this series. Things were definitely simpler when it was just about 5 children who were murdered by a purple man in a bunny costume and now their souls possess the animatronics. Pretty simple shit compared to now when we have a whole fucking saga talking about the purple man's family. I loved all of this, but I definitely think the story ended with Pizzeria Simulator. I love Help Wanted, do not get me wrong, but why the hell did they bring Afton back? The dude finally went to hell for his sins. Why is this code in a fucking computer possessing a bunny bitch? Couldn't they just reboot the series instead of continuing the story that was already finished? Okay, I'm gonna calm down now. Anyway, I was still excited for Security Breach as it looked like the game that FNAF wanted to be. But I also was a little skeptical. It looked a lot like Hello Neighbor, and I don't know about you guys, but Hello Neighbor is a fucking disaster that never played well and had puzzles that were fucking impossible to solve unless you had a guide on your hand. So let's see if they messed up this game or if it's a new start to the FNAF legacy. Okay, now this is one of those FNAF games like Sister Location where the story is actually pretty straightforward and you don't need theories to understand it. Mostly. The story starts off with Freddy Fazbear looking really slick. Nice new look, man. And his sick crew with Glamrock Chica, Roxanne Wolf, and Montgomery Gator. But most people just call him Monty. They're having this awesome show with this sick music, but then Freddy malfunctions for some reason. He's back in his room, but then he hears a kid somewhere. And it turns out there's a kid hiding in his stomach hatch.
Okay, listen. You were sleeping, so I opened the stomach hatch and climbed inside.
My stomach hatch? That place is reserved for oversized birthday cakes and piñatas. It is not a safe play area.
Let me talk about Freddy real quick. Freddy in this game actually has a personality, and I love it when FNAF does this. I loved it with Baby and Funtime Freddy, and they brought it back. Also, I love when he calls me Superstar.
Way to go, Superstar!
Anyway, the kid's name is Gregory, and he's trying to hide from the security guard for some reason. Freddy the G-Bear is helping us make sure we get out of this place before the guard finds us. He gives us a fast watch so he can talk to us and give us advice.
Hello, Gregory. It is me, Freddy.
I fucking love this bear. Anyway, it says to leave through the vent and help him escape his room. As we're trying to escape Freddy's room through the vent, we find out some character traits of the animatronics, like Roxanne Wolf having a massive ego.
Your tail is beautiful. Everyone was watching you. Everyone loves you. Everyone wants to be you. You are the best. Thank you. I am the best. I am the best.
I'm loving this already. And check it out, fan service. What's up, Ennard? How'd it feel to get burned to death at the end of Pizzeria Simulator, you bitch? We released the G-Bear and we're trying to escape, but he thinks we're hurt and he rushes to the first aid center. Gregory hides as a security guard is coming, and she has a little chat with the G-Bear.
Look, we're like 15 minutes from closing and some kid is sneaking around backstage. If you see anything, notify me immediately. I already alerted the others. Now, go back to your room.
We make it to the top of the Pixaplex where Freddy's power ran out and now he needs a recharge, so he'll just talk to us through the fast watch. Gregory finds the kitchen and a message that says that Chica might be eating the trash again. And there she is eating the trash. Ugh. He makes his way through her, but now every single robot is on her ass as he books it to the security office and uses the camera to escape. Gregory opens up the daycare and this place actually looks like a little bit of fun. Until we meet this guy. Jesus, is this motherfucker creepy.
We can finger paint, tell stories, drink fizzy baths until our heads explode, and then stay up all night! There is only one rule. Keep the lights on. On.
Gregory tries to leave and the lights turn off, and then we see this monstrosity.
No! Why would you do that? Lights on! Lights on! I warned you! I warned you! Naughty boy. It's past your bedtime. You must be punished.
Gregory turns on all the generators and the light is back. The sun guy kicks us out for breaking rules and Freddy lets us into his stomach. Gregory sees a dancing rabbit lady and Freddy says this shit that kinda gives me a little bit of chills, not gonna lie.
You didn't see the dancing rabbit lady right in front of us?
No, I did not. There is no rabbit at the Mega Pizzaplex. Not anymore.
No shit, there was literally 3 killer robots before this lady one. The story kind of becomes irrelevant for a while at this point, and the only real story you'll get are some notes that you can find around the Pixaplex. Like this note talking about the missing children's incident from the past games, and that they never should have opened up Freddy's again. But then here we are back into the real story of this game, and it seems like the security guard found Gregory, and she's locking him up in Lost and Found until his parents come. Until she turns into Vanny. Oh shit! She's walking down the stairs! Get the fuck out of there, Gregory! Anyway, Gregory escapes, and Freddy says to meet him at Roxy Raceway. We get there, and oh god damn it, Freddy, what happened to you? Did you get crunk? Anyway, he says he needs to get to parts and service to fix him because something's bugging him out. Poor dude, looks like he's having a seizure. And while we're helping Freddy to get to parts and service, Gregory finds a note that basically says that Monty will be the new Bonnie since Bonnie's out of commission. After so much diddly-daddling, we finally activate the stage lift to the parts and service. But oops, Moon drops here, and he takes the homeboy! And while Gregory is looking for Freddy, there are creepy-ass endoskeletons everywhere and only follow him when he turns his back. Gregory finally finds Freddy, and it seems he's having a chat with good old Vanessa.
If you're part of this, you're scrap. Monty will run the shows until parts and service can slap your casing on a new endo. Hang out here for a while. I gotta find that kid.
Vanessa! Do not leave me like this!
Gregory then goes in and helps Freddy upgrade himself by using the power upgrade. And now Freddy wants us to upgrade him in all aspects. I'm talking the voice box, the ocular upgrade. But how do we get these? Well, Gregory has the splendid idea of murdering the animatronics and taking their parts to upgrade Freddy. That's kind of fucked up shit, but I mean, they are trying to kill Gregory, so I can kind of understand his logic. Obviously, Freddy doesn't like this idea and says that they're his friends.
Chica has some sort of special voice box. Roxy has new eyes, and Monty was given better claws. We have to get these. We can upgrade you.
Gregory, those parts belong to my friends. I would never do anything to hurt them.
What? All they've done all night is try to hurt me. They get what they deserve.
Wow, this shit just turned into Undertale with its morality lesson. Anyway, Gregory kind of ignores everything Freddy said and is now trying to murder all of them and take their parts. While Gregory's on a genocide mission, he finds Vanny's secret hideout. Trust me, this is important for later. Gregory cannot go into her hideout because it's locked by this thing. You know, unless you glitch the game like I did. Anyway, Gregory's first victim is Chica, and he uses a fucking trash compactor to crush Chica to death! And then he takes her voice box, the psychopath. But luckily, Chica is still not dead. And now she's just thirsty for child blood and trying to murder Gregory. Gregory escaped Chica's wrath, but then he finds some creepy-ass Hello Neighbor shit. We got some mannequins all lined up around the table, and this is obviously a reference to the Afton family. And this is about the only time we ever see anything about the Afton wife, because she never really appeared before now. You know, unless you count Ballora, but I don't know about that one, Chief. Gregory upgrades Freddy with Chica's voice box, and he seems to know that Gregory killed Chica for it.
Gregory, this upgrade, it was Chica's. Please, be honest. How did you get it?
When I was in the kitchen earlier, she fell into some sort of garbage smasher.
Is she okay?
Well, she's still functional.
Man, I like Freddy, bro. He still cares about his homies even when they went insane. That's a true G right there. Gregory's second victim is gonna be Roxanne Wolf, the egotistical high school girl. For some reason, we need to ride a go-kart to kill her, I don't know. And to do that, we need a mannequin to be my assist driver. And it seems like the thing's missing his head. So we need a card or something, and then we go to this place that has a dance floor and shit. And oh my lord, what the hell is that? This guy, my friends, is Music Man, and he's after our child blood. So we hurry and grab the key and get the fuck out of the hellscape. Gregory finds the head and is ready to drive. Roxy gets in Gregory's way, so he jumps out of the car and BAM! Roxy gets fucking clobbered by the cart. Gregory takes Roxy's eyes, the sick little shit, and he's ready to give it to Freddy. Until...
I heard that.
Are you kidding me? What's up with these animatronics and not breaking? So now this blind wolf is solely using sound and she pounces like a lion at your ass. Gregory escapes and gives Freddy the upgrade, and he seems even more sad than with Chica.
I am having a hard time adjusting. You look different to me. I can see movement through the walls.
Really? I didn't know Roxy could see through walls.
These are Roxy's eyes?
Well, yeah. There was an accident in the raceway.
Is she okay?
Well, nothing seems to stop her.
Well, fuck the morality shit because it's 6 a.m., baby, yes! However, Moon Guy's trying to make sure we don't leave the place alive. However, Gregory finds the exit, and now he has two choices. Leave the pizzeria and never come back, or stay in the pizzeria and find more secrets about Vanny.
No, I cannot exit this facility.
Of course you can. Come on. We can hide you somewhere.
Without a recharge station, my systems would shut down within an hour. It is a safety precaution. It is my design. This is where I must stay. Do not return. It will never be safe. I will miss you.
Freddy, if I leave now, nothing will change, will it? There will be more disappearances.
Yes, I am afraid that is correct. Gregory, you have a choice to make. The door is open, and you can go. Or you can continue to investigate the secrets of the Pizzaplex. I feel there is something else going on besides Vanny.
So there are multiple endings in this game. First, I'm going to talk about the leave the pizzeria endings. There are two of them. If Gregory leaves the pizzeria through the main gate of the Pizzaplex, we find out that Gregory never had a family. Hell, he never had a home. He was a homeless boy living in a dark alley. While this ending isn't canon, it does show that Gregory is homeless and an orphan, which makes a lot of sense considering his parents never came to help the fucking kid. But the ending does have a dark twist, where Gregory covers himself up with a newspaper of the missing children's incident as Vanny's shadow comes closer and closer. What a fucked up ending for Gregory, man. This ending was dark. However, the other leave the pizzeria ending is a lot better, trust me. If Gregory decides to leave using the loading dock, he somehow convinces Freddy to actually come with him, and they both drive out of there into the sunset. However, Freddy runs out of battery, and when it seems like Freddy is truly gone, Gregory comes up with an idea to use jump cables to electrocute him back into life. And would you believe that it actually works? And Gregory and Freddy live happily ever after. What a sweet ending, I'm not even gonna lie. This is one of the best endings in the FNAF franchise. But it's not canon, so it doesn't matter. Thank you for that, Scoop Coffee. Now we have the bad Vanny ending, and this ending is so good, yet so sad, man. Remember Vanny's hideout in Phaser Blast? Well, Gregory came up with the genius idea of going over there and stopping Vanny once and for all. Freddy agrees wholeheartedly and helps us out. However, when we get to Phaser Blast, we see Vanny in her hideout, and she presses a button saying,
Disassemble Freddy.
So they murder him! Literally, look at him! They maw his ass like a pack of bears! But Gregory finds a way into her office and presses the same button, this time saying, Disassemble Vanny. They murder Vanny in gruesome fashion, and now Gregory has to say goodbye to the only father figure he ever had.
You are my superstar.
You fucking bear, why do you have to do this to me? This ending hits the heart. Really hard. Really hard. I can't even describe how much of a masterpiece this ending is. And now let's talk about the good Vanny ending. So there are these Princess Quest arcade games around the Pizzaplex, and there are a lot of notes talking about them, saying they're connected or alive in a way. And we find out pretty soon what it is. It turns out that Vanessa, the security guard who is also Vanny, is stuck inside the game. She is the princess in the arcade video game, and we need to free her soul. In Vanny's hideout lies the final Princess Quest game. In this one, Gregory finds the Vanny mask and a Bonnie plush, and it opens the stage. This stage has a door with an encrypted lock, and it opens, leaving us with a very loud scream. Somehow, Freddy's alive. You know what? I don't even ask questions about this fucking series anymore. And we find the Vanny mask laying on the floor. When Gregory and Freddy try to escape the Pizzaplex, we see Vanessa right at the front gate waiting for us. It ends with the three of them sitting on the hill eating delicious ice cream. It's a sweet ending, and Vanessa is finally free from Vanny once and for all. This is considered to be the canon ending, but I'm not completely sure about that. We'll just have to see and wait for the future. We still have two more endings, however, and the next one is the VIP ending, or the rooftop ending, or the fire ending, whichever one tickles your fancy. In this one, Freddy decides to burn the building down, causing Freddy and Gregory to escape to the rooftop using the fire escape. Vanny was waiting for us, however, and Freddy finally decides to do something about this. He grabs Vanny and drops both him and her out of the rooftop. Gregory escapes the building and takes off the mask, revealing Vanessa, and yet Gregory looks confused. It then cuts to the rooftop, which shows Vanessa? There are some theories that people have made, such as this is Vanessa's twin. Some say this is Vanessa's soul. I don't know, but it might prove interesting in the future. And now we got the final ending, which is another ending that is highly debated whether it's canon or not. I don't want to spoil it just yet, so I'm going to call it the true ending. In this one, once Gregory killed all the animatronics, Gregory and Freddy find a secret bunker underneath Roxy Raceway. And there are a lot of references of past shit, such as a giant Freddy head, and even the FNAF 6 location. Gregory and Freddy go even deeper in this little FNAF-filled rabbit hole, and Freddy says some shit that confused me and everybody else who played this shit.
I know what this is. I have been here before. She brought me here. I found myself for the first time when I cleared the path. I did not want to, but I had no choice. Now I have a choice. I have changed. My friends are here. They are so angry, confused. But I can protect you. I am not me.
After Freddy says all this, we cut to a recharge station, but there's something inside it. Something evil. Something purple. And that is Afton, baby!
I always come back.
No shit, you always come back! So yeah, William Afton is back inside a Springtrap suit. I'm sorry, where did you get that again? And how the fuck did you get back in there? Weren't you possessing Vanessa's body and help wanted? Oh yeah, I forgot. Don't ask any questions about this series. So Gregory burns Afton a few times until the whole building's falling apart. Gregory and Freddy run for their lives while William is stuck. Nowhere to run. And if that isn't enough, his own machines take him. And maybe have even killed him. It's not confirmed that he's dead, which I hope is not true because I love William. The story ends with a hill once again. This time, Freddy and Gregory sit down and chill. So that was the story of Security Breach, and overall, I thought it was pretty fucking good. Freddy and Gregory's father-son chemistry is so sweet that it's insane, and his death was one of the saddest things in the series. Freddy is such a fantastic character. He's kind to everybody. He's caring for his own friends, so even though they went insane, he would still do nothing to harm them. He even feels bad for them when Gregory took their parts, talking about how he didn't want this for them. Freddy is a character that feels human, more human than almost any animatronic in the series, and that goes for Baby as well. Gregory acts like any scared kid would in this giant haunted fucking Toys R Us. He says relatable shit, and even goes as far as to thinking that the animatronics deserve to die, even though they're only acting like this because they're in security mode. Gregory is a very complicated little child who I hope get more development as the games go on. I would love to see how he acts in future entries, maybe as a sulky teenager or an adult like Michael Afton. While the animatronics don't have a lot of personality, two definitely do, and that is Roxy and Sunrise/Moondrop. Roxy has the biggest ego out of any animatronic in the series, acting like she's the shit, like she deserves everything. It was actually pretty weird. She's also a rude bitch who constantly mocks Gregory in his adventure. As for Sunrise/Moondrop, he's a very energetic ball of creepy, who is a nice, albeit a little taxing, when he's a sun. But when he's a moon, he becomes full-on frightful and intimidating, making you feel like you've done something enormously wrong. He also says shit in unearthly and robotic tones like,
Children must be found.
The cast is great and full of life, and in my eyes, if I did have one problem with the story, it would have to be that Vanny was not as much of a threat as I thought she was gonna be. Hell, Afton felt more like a threat than Vanny, and he only showed up for 2 minutes. Vanny was underdeveloped, but I do like that the VIP ending is giving her more of an interesting and honestly questioning role in the series, making us think twice whether the villain we're fighting is really Vanessa or a lookalike. Every ending, while not all of them being canon, does introduce something, whether it be Gregory having no family, or the fact that Freddy can stay alive even when he leaves the pizzeria. So every ending has a purpose, even if they're not canon, and I love that. It opens the future up to more possibilities for this franchise, so I'll say that the story is mighty fine. The visuals are actually pretty decent. I like the art style of Security Breach with its cel-shaded look and shiny animatronics, and the colors pop out in a lot of areas, making it a joy to look at. And damn, can the game make some pretty scary dark areas, like Vanny's hideout. Oh my god. The Pixelplex is giant, filled to the brim with so much unique shit. There are gift shops, a daycare, a massive stage, and around that stage are different attractions like laser tag, golf, go-karting, a maze, bowling, an arcade. There's everything, man! This place has so much variety in its locations, and that's something that I immensely enjoy and applaud Scott Cawthon for. Even the animatronic designs are great. Freddy looks like a pop star, which makes him stand out, considering he's supposed to be, you know, the lead, the boss. Chica got a new shiny look and kind of resembles Toy Chica in some ways. Roxanne Wolf looks like a stuck-up teenager, which honestly matches her personality, so that's cool. And Monty looks like a cool dude to hang out with. I mean, look at those shades. And then we got Music Man, this giant fucking snake-like DJ with a clown clown smile. But there's something else I like about the designs, and it's the main reason why I love them. It's the fact that while they're shiny and new and modern, they are still able to give you the feeling of unsettlingness. While Freddy's not supposed to be scary in nature, he can creep me the fuck out in some points, especially since he won't stop staring at you. Can you look away for 1 second, man? While Chica's not supposed to be scary, her weird way of moving can seem odd and quirky. The way her joints move and her face, oh god, her face. Look at that fucking thing. This kind of reminds me of good old FNAF 1, where even though the animatronics look normal in nature, they're very spooky and uncanny, with their haunting faces in some shots and their wheezy breathing. It makes you feel unsure and vulnerable. While I don't think the animatronic designs are anywhere close to the OGs in terms of horror, I can say for sure that these animatronics have scared me from the moon and back. Oh yeah, Moon Guy! Moon Guy's the scariest one in this whole game. He moves around like a puppet and his eyes glow red. And that fucking walk he does, oh my god. Moondrop is one of the scariest characters that this franchise has ever conceived. And then we got the cutscenes, which look pretty decent all things considered. However, I will be the first one to say this. I actually really like the comic book style that they use for the endings. Hear me out for a second, hold up. While I know damn well that the real reason they use comic book style instead of CGI was because of time constraints and the deadline, I still think it has a very charming feel to it. It's sweet, man, and the fact that they at least try to have some kind of kinetic energy with this by making it look like they were actually moving, it's a lot better than what BO4 did with their fucking comic book cutscenes. So yeah, while I would have preferred CGI, especially for the sad endings, I still think comic book did a decent job of portraying Scott's vision. Overall, the visuals are both childish and eerie. It does a good job looking like a massive Toys R Us, while also looking like a terrifyingly huge and dark-ass Chuck E. Cheese with the creepy animatronics. The soundtrack for this game is kinda lackluster. There's only one, and I literally mean only one song in this entire game that I actually remember. And that is obviously the main theme. Which is such a bop. I actually like this theme. It's one of those catchy songs that you can't get out of your head, but in a good way, not in a bad way like Friday.
It's Friday, Friday.
However, I have noticed that the game really loves this theme, like a lot. It's played almost constantly this entire adventure. It's the elevator theme. It's the credits theme. To be fair, they did remix the song for both, and I love it, especially the credits remix. That one was really good. But I don't think you guys know how much you use this fucking elevator in this game, and how much you hear that tune. It doesn't annoy me that much, but I know damn well that some people out there are gonna hate the fuck out of this thing for how much it's replayed over and over. I can't remember any other song in this whole game, and that's probably because of how much they overused the main theme. But still, the soundtrack isn't very memorable for me. Now, as for the sound design, holy shit. I can't underestimate how creepy the sound can be in this game. Minus the voice acting, by the way. For example, the final boss scared the fuck out of me with its sound design. I mean, hear this shit. That loud ass fucking sound making me feel like I'm gonna get jump scared at any minute. It was something to behold. And then we got the daycare. The fucking daycare. Besides Moondrop's amazing voice actor, I still think that the daycare is creepy because of Moondrop's footsteps. It makes you feel like this dude is right behind you, ready to get you. It makes you afraid to even look behind you in a video game.
The children must be found.
And then we got the jump scares, and they're all different in their own way and can be downright frightening. The sound design, guys, can get pretty scary, but if we take away the horror, then this game can also be very childlike with its sound design. Like when you're opening a present, it does a jingle like you're opening a Jack in the Box, and it gives you a celebratory cheer for opening it. And now we got the voice acting, which is top-notch shit. Almost every FNAF game that has had voice acting has done a fantastic job of setting the mood, whether it's trying to be comedic or terrifying, and this game excels in both. Freddy's voice actor is incredible. Freddy, compared to all the other animatronics, feels like a human. He sounds like an old soul trying to help out a kid in need.
It's pretty dark in there.
There is nothing to be scared of. You can do it. I feel you are broken.
Don't worry about it, I'm fine.
No, I feel that something is wrong. I am taking you to the first aid station.
There's no time! I'm fine!
And trust me, when shit gets sad, Freddy can give an amazing performance. Also, who doesn't love when he calls you a superstar?
Way to go, superstar!
Chica is decent, I guess, but her robot noises are way scarier than the actual actress. Roxanne is amazing. This actress does a fabulous job of portraying both Roxy's egotistical side and her intimidating side.
Everyone wants to be you. You are the best. Thank you. I am the best.
Roxy can be downright rude, and the actress portrays it perfectly by talking down the kid in the most assholish way of all time.
Nobody will miss you. Hey kid, come on out. We're only trying to help. You are nothing.
Monty's decent. He sounds like an alligator, so that's a plus, but nothing really special.
Rock and roll! Hey, little girl!
And the best one, baby, is Moondrop. This guy's voiced by the same dude that voices Freddy, which actually caught me a little off guard because this dude can completely change his voice. While Freddy sounds kind, caring, and calm, Moondrop takes it to a whole new level. You see, as for Sunrise, Sunrise sounds eccentric, loony, and demanding.
Hey, are you having fun yet? Are ya? No! What a mess! Which was the bottom? Where is the top? Clean up!
But when the lights turn off, this guy's a psychopath. He sounds monstrous, nightmarish, and honestly disturbing. Yeah, that's the right word for Moondrop. He is fucking disturbing. His voice lines are fantastic, and the actor sold it to make this guy the creepiest animatronic in the whole game.
The children must be found.
And now we got Gregory, who sounds like how a little kid should. Not to mention the fact that the actress who voices him really hits the mark on how scared Gregory is around not only the animatronics, but the main villain, Vanny.
Climb back into my chest cavity.
Okay, but you better be careful moving around. I don't want to be crushed and twisted into a meat pretzel.
That is the security guard. She can help.
No, I don't trust her.
Why not?
I don't know who she is, but she's trying to get me. Isn't there some other way for you to communicate with me besides talking so loudly? Freddy, the power's only at 15% and they're pounding on the door. How am I gonna get out of here?
Well, the soundtrack didn't exactly leave an impact. I think the voice actors and the sound design helped make this game extra creepy and extra charming. Okay, this is when things get extremely complicated on my feelings for Security Breach as a whole. And that's because a shit ton of it isn't perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. This is without a doubt the buggiest game I have ever played in my life. Never have I played a game with so many bugs in it, and I played Sonic 06 and Hello Neighbor. To be fair, I actually like Sonic 06, but I can't deny that that game is broken as fuck, and this game somehow multiplies that shit by 2. I would say this is about the same level of bugginess as Hello Neighbor. Security Breach is one of those games where you will most likely rage quit or just straight up stop playing the game because of the bugs and glitches that are everywhere. No area, and I mean no area, is safe from this broken mess. And the frame rate, oh my god, it's shit, guys. The frame rate even on PS5 is never constant. There are so many areas that have 30 frames or less and it hurts to play. However, believe it or not, my experience was not ruined by the bugs of the frame rate. Yes, this game is not polished and it did annoy me with a lot of occasions. But I never felt the need to stop playing it because I still thought the core gameplay was fun. I know a lot of people will hate this game if they tried it, but for me, I was patient with it and I think it was worth it because the core gameplay of Security Breach is a lot of fun. Security Breach is a type of Hello Neighbor game where you try to figure out puzzles and shit while making sure the AI monsters don't find you and ultimately kill you. However, the difference is that this game is actually fun. What I really like about this game is that they actually tell you what you need to do. While they don't tell you where exactly you need to go, they do provide enough info for you to know a general idea of what you need to do and where you need to go. The details are all in the voice lines, baby. You would be surprised how much much info Freddy will actually give you on what you need to do for the next objective. But if you don't listen to him, then be prepared for exploration, and I mean a lot of exploration. This Pixelplex is superbly designed and extremely massive. There are so many rooms and areas, and some of them don't have any purpose at all. They're just there. I think this is great for immersion, and if you're the curious type, then there's so much to be had with the Pixelplex. There are 4 floors, 3 basements, and the ground floor. And believe me, the amount of shit that there is in each floor is enough to satiate your curiosity. However, I won't lie and say this didn't get me at least a little bit overwhelmed. There's so much to take in, so many security badges that open even more doors, and passes that take you to different attractions in the Pixelplex. It's a lot to take in. But when you get comfortable with your surroundings and you write a mental map in your mind, trust me, walking around this bitch is gonna be like second nature to you. There is a map in the game that this asshole robot who scares the shit out of you gives you, but the map is not exactly the best. Since there are no labels for different areas, you're basically left looking at this fucking thing and having no idea where to go, and it makes you feel like, what the fuck is the point of this shit map? The cameras, however, are kind of useful. They are real time, so you can see if there are any animatronics around in that area waiting to catch you off guard, and it helps you prepare. Also, this game's surprisingly linear. Most of the Pixelplex isn't available to you until you continue into the story and get these security badges. The story missions are fairly fun, giving you a challenge in almost all aspects. Sometimes it's finding a specific item in a specific place, sometimes it's surviving old school FNAF style in an office, or sometimes it's just going from point A to point B without getting killed by the animatronics. And speaking of the animatronics, let's talk about them. In the beginning, all of them act pretty much the same. If they see you, then you gotta book it out of that area and you gotta find a hiding place pronto. Apparently the AI is supposed to open your hiding place and kill you if they see you get into the hiding place. But I swear to God that the AI has the memory of a goldfish because they completely forget they even see me go into the hiding place. Yeah, the AI isn't exactly the brightest in the world, and also they're severely broken. I mean, look at this. They're no clipping out of existence. What is happening? And one thing I fucking hate about the animatronics that's gotten me killed on multiple occasions is that they can teleport. They can be on the other side of the fucking area and then bam, here I am, bitch. Especially with these fucking security robots. So let me talk about them. The staff robots don't actually kill you, but they do something way worse. If these assholes even look at you, they will grab your ass, scare the hell out of you, and alarm the animatronic in the area that you are here. And the animatronic will just spawn right in front of you, ready to attack. While I love the challenge that they bring, I think the hitbox is huge. When I think I'm Gucci and they can't grab me, they jump scare me before I can even blink. Also, their walk cycle's fucking weird. This rotate shit they do is so unpredictable and I've gotten jump scared for that. However, these staff robots can be bypassed in a multitude of ways, such as using Freddy to traverse the map so they don't alert anyone. Or you can use the Phaser Blaster. It's basically a toy gun that you get a little late in the game, but it does the job. However, my aim is shit and you gotta hit them directly in the face, so I hate this gun. Even with the reticle, my aim was ass. And sometimes it just didn't work. So you know what? Fuck the Phaser Blaster. But you can also use the fast cam, which I love. I love the fast cam. It stuns every enemy in the area, including the actual animatronic, except for Monty, because he has shades, so the camera doesn't blind him. It does have like a minute recharge time or something like that, but goddammit, is it worth it. And it's way more useful, at least to me, than the Phaser Blaster. This thing has saved me on multiple occasions, especially when I was going for the endings. And Freddy's pretty great as well. He can help you traverse the Pixelplex without being killed, but he does have battery, and it runs out very, very quick. And if you're still using him when he runs out, well then this happens. You can recharge them though using recharge stations, and I think there are enough in the game for you to find. And they are actually put on the map for you to see, so hey, that's one use for that shit map. For now, let's talk about this amazing legendary animatronic named Moondrop. So this guy only appears a few times in the game, but when he does, trust me, it's not for the faint of heart. When you get into the daycare, you have to find 5 generators while this guy's following you. And not only that, but it gets faster with each generator that you turn on, and it makes me so fucking anxious that sometimes I just wanted him to kill me so this nightmare could be over. And then when you finish the daycare, he shows up at the end when you're trying to escape the pizzeria. He'll basically follow you until you actually find the exit, and wow, I died a lot here. Moondrop is without a doubt the scariest animatronic, and he's also the least buggiest one compared to all of them. Except for this time that he actually killed me when I was inside of an elevator. Are you fucking serious, man? And now we got the Endoskeletons, the second scariest animatronics. So you see, they don't move when you're looking at them, but the moment they're out of your field of vision, they fucking book it to your booty, bro. There was actually this room where you turn on this button, and then hundreds of them spawn, and you gotta escape that bitch. These things are also not very buggy, and I find that helpful. Now that we've talked about how the animatronics work, let's talk about saving. Okay, saving in this game is very, very important. And I mean Resident Evil important. Because the game does not autosave. The only time the game ever autosaves is in the final boss. That's it. Let's say you made it through an hour of the game and you didn't save. And then you die shortly afterward. Well, buddy, you just lost an hour of progress. Restart that shit all over again. This is such a pet peeve of mine, and wow, do I want to turn this fucking thing off when I find out how much progress I lost. One time I lost like 2 hours of progress, and I swear to God I wanted to die. So yeah, while the core gameplay is fun, it can be broken a lot of the time. Yes, it may not be the most polished game of all time. Yes, it does have a lot, and I mean a lot of problems. But there's still love poured into this game. There's so many fun things that the game lets you do that are different from what you normally do, and it makes it also diverse. Such as laser tag. You actually have to do this laser tag game so you can get the phaser blaster I talked about earlier. And the laser tag itself is a lot of fun. It's basically capture the flag, and the players are robots that explode when you shoot them in the face. However, Chica's walking around the laser tag area, so you gotta watch out for her and try to capture all 3 flags. This was great, and while I don't like the phaser blaster that much, I think laser tag was fun. And then we got Monty's Golf, which is an arcade machine that's basically golf along with the references of old FNAF. That was decent, I guess. But the most fun part about the game for me, without a doubt, are the endgame missions. The endgame missions are basically missions that give you different endings depending on what you choose. This is going to be completely filled with spoilers for not only gameplay, but also story. So skip here to not get any spoilers on the endings or how to get them. The first thing you gotta do for the endgame missions is to murder the animatronics and get their each respective items. You get these items to upgrade Freddy, giving him different abilities with each animatronic. When you kill Chica, you get her voice box, which scares animatronics away with the R2 button. At least if you're playing on PlayStation 5 like I did. I never use this fucking thing except for the final boss, so I don't care about it. As a matter of fact, I completely forgot about it until you needed to use it for the final boss. When you kill Roxy, you get her eyes, which helps you see every present in your vicinity. And this is great for completionists. I can't tell you the amount of times I needed to look for something specific, and then bam, Roxy's eyes came, and I'm like, yes, that's what I needed to find. When you kill Monty, you get claws, which are fucking useless because all you can do with them is open chain doors. So basically, they're just to open doors for the story, and that's it. So basically, Freddy becomes a god the more you progress, and it's awesome. And also, the whole killing quest for the animatronics is a lot of fun to do. For Chica and Roxy's quest, they involve you having to collect different shit to kill them. Like for Roxy, you need to get a robot head, fix it in this machine, then go back to where you found the head to put it into this go-kart and drive that bitch straight into Roxy. These quests are a lot of fun. I hear people say it's tedious, but I like when fetch quests are done right. And I think this game did a good job of that. However, Monty was definitely the worst one for me because of that fucking maze puzzle. This puzzle sucks because you have to flip switches and shit, press buttons to open doors in the maze, and like, no, buddy, I'm good. I'll just look up the fucking code because there's no way in hell that I'm gonna be here for the next hour trying to figure this shit out. Another thing Monty does differently is that he actually has a boss fight, and I like this boss fight. It's an actual challenge. Monty can spawn right in front of you sometimes, and everything's dark, so you're just running around hoping to God that he loses you so you can shoot these balls right into this Monty mouth thing. The boss fight was a lot of fun, and it felt so satisfying seeing this dude die. So bam, you killed all the animatronics. However, there's something I have to talk about. You see, guys, when the clock hits 6 a.m., which happens when you kill 2 out of the 3 animatronics, you get the choice to leave the pizzeria or stay to find out different endings, and I love that. What I don't love, however, is the fact that if you stay, you cannot save for the rest of the game. Meaning, you only have one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow to get one of these long-ass fucking endings. This is the absolute fucking stupidest decision I have ever seen in my life. And I am so glad that I got this game when they made an update to give you at least one save. Yes, they give you one save station. You can save there as many times as you want, and I love that. While I do like that you can save with each mission that you do, making it easier to get every ending in the game, it's definitely not easy when you're doing the final missions, such as the Monty boss fight. If you die in that boss fight, you know what that means? That means you gotta restart the maze puzzle all over again. That is if you saved after you got the ticket to the major sites. Which if you didn't save when you did that, then have fun doing that shit as well as the maze puzzle. And because the game can be very buggy, it's so easy to get killed from unpredictable shit. I won't complain about it too much because you do have one save station now. And you can continuously come back to it, and it makes the ending stupid easy to get now compared to having no saves at all. But it's still a little bit annoying to deal with. When you kill all the animatronics, you have a lot of things you can do, such as 100% in the game, or getting a specific ending that you want. Some endings are as easy as finding an exit and pressing the leave button, but some can also be as challenging as beating arcade machines, or even fighting a final boss. The good Vanity Ending, at least for me, was actually a lot of fun to play because the Princess Quest arcade games remind me a lot of 2D Zelda, and that's a massive plus. While they aren't the most challenging, they're quite distinctive compared to everything else you do in this game, so it feels fresh and exciting to play that new Princess Quest. It almost makes me feel like when you go to an arcade and you find a new machine and everybody's around it trying to check it out and see how it works, you know, that kind of feeling. Princess Quest 1 is my favorite, by the way, just in case you were wondering. And then we got the VIP ending, or as I like to call it, the Donkey Kong 64 ending. Why is it called that? Well, it's because you gotta collect so much shit to get this ending. If you're trying to get this ending without a fucking guide, be prepared to spend hours upon hours trying to figure this shit out. The main collectibles that you have to collect are 6 golden plushies of the characters. While most of them are easy to get with you just needing a specific upgrade for Freddy, there's only one golden plushie that I feel bad for anyone to figure out how to get. And that is the Moon Plushie. To get this one, you need to do something completely stupid and so downright impossible to figure out. And I'm pretty sure Stephen Hawking would have a hard time figuring it out. You have to find these cutouts of FNAF characters, and there's a lot of them, by the way, and you have to flash them with your fast cam. Their eyes light up when you do it right. What kind of psychopath came up with this? And then once you find 4 of these specific cutouts and flash them, you come to this poster in the theater, and it's a secret door, which reveals Moondrop's room, and his plushie's awaiting you in his golden present. This sounds dreadful to do without a guide, and I'm not disappointed to say that I used a guide for this shit. Because fuck off, I have a life, okay? And it's already been months since I needed to upload this video. However, the ending was really worth it, so I'm not gonna complain that much. And then we got the final ending, which is a secret bunker in the bottom of Roxy Raceway, which you can only access when you kill all the animatronics in the game and use their parts to upgrade Freddy. It hits you with a final boss, that being Springtrap, aka William Afton, and boy, was I excited to fight this boss. And it was a disappointment, by the way. I can't overestimate how much I did not enjoy this final boss. The first phase requires you to defeat the 3 animatronics, with Freddy giving you clues on how to defeat them. That's cool, I can live with that. However, it's with Roxy that I had a huge problem with. So this is what happens, right? Freddy tells you to hide as the doors cannot stop her. But then she keeps running after me inside of Freddy and kicking me out of him. And no matter how many times I keep hiding inside of Freddy, she never leaves the fucking room. So after an hour of hiding, even doing this bed thing that people won't stop talking about, I realized I needed to use the scream button from Chica's upgrade to scare Roxy out of the room. Freddy, why didn't you tell me that, you shiny cunt? I was here for an hour trying to do this, and all I needed to do all along was just press R2? And Chica and Monty are easy. All you gotta do is just close the door when they get close. Not that hard. And the second phase is also not that hard. It's just fucking stupid tedious. You need to continuously burn Afton using these cameras while not getting too close to these tentacles in the room. I hate this boss fight. This boss fight wasted my time, and I was not happy, to say the least. Overall, Endgame was the best part of the game. I loved killing the animatronics, upgraded Freddy into a robotic god. I loved getting each of the ending, except for the final boss, but it was still the best part of the game. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach is a weird game to talk about. This is the buggiest game I've ever played, with shitty optimization for consoles, characters popping out of existence, Jesus. Animatronics no clipping into my area, fuck off. It's truly a hellscape, but I really enjoyed my time with the game. As a matter of fact, the bugs were a little funny from time to time, but I can't deny that this game would be so much better without them. This game feels like an unfinished disaster. It came out in a state that should never, ever have even reached beta, let alone the full game, but the game's charm still kept me playing. The story was interesting and full of awesome characters. The visuals are damn good for an indie game, with the Pixelplex looking as amazing as possible for the immersive experience. And the voice acting was great. These actors put a lot of work into the characters, especially Freddy and Moondrop. This guy voiced both of them and he was incredible. I don't know what to say. This game was a broken yet charming mess. Without all the bugs, I would honestly give it an 8, maybe even an 8.5. But because this game was launched in a terrible state, and it's still not even fixed months after its release, I'm gonna have to give it a 7 out of 10. Well guys, that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe. I really enjoyed FNAF Security Breach for what it was. But it is a broken mess. Like, I'm not even gonna deny that. Anyway, as for the next review, it's definitely gonna be something that a fan requested for me. And that, my friends, is White Day. Oh yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.